Hey guys, welcome back to the Painfully Human podcast. I'm super excited. I say it every episode, but I'm excited for a different reason today because almost 10 years ago, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Almost 10 years ago, I met a wonderful woman, and 10 years later, I have the honor of talking about what happened in the years before that and the years from then until now. And I don't think she really needs an introduction, but I'm just so happy she's here. Everyone, we have Liza Soberano on the show.
Hi.
Let's go. Hi.
Hello.
Well,
I don't know if my energy is supposed to be.
No. The lights are down for a reason.
It's like chill,
it's supposed to be comfy. We invested in large couches for this purpose.
I love that. And I like
hi,
the
Liza.
blanket. Hello.
I'm excited, and I know I've been saying it a bunch, but the reason for it is because I think this for context, you were actually one of the first people that we wanted on the show.
Oh.
And the reason for it was not for clout. It's not, but it was because we got the feeling. So the girl that we were ideating. Okay, I'm being real.
The girl you were ideating?
Yeah, we were ideating. Sorry, there's a girl called Fiona who started the show with me, and she's moved on to a different job. But when we were ideating for the show, we were like, who is real? Who would want to actually share? Like, who is what the show embodies? And you were the number one person that we actually wanted. So thank you for coming on. Really happy that you're here.
That's so sweet of you guys.
But I just want to know, okay, maybe a little bit for clout. I have to be honest, I have to be real. But now it's not the same because we've launched, and we're here. And so I just wanted to ask you, and I love that I don't know, but I genuinely don't know where you've been, what you've been doing. And I like it because it finally feels like I can actually talk to you, and it's not in a show business setting.
Yeah.
Because I know that you know. It kind of is like even when you're inside a building where a lot of showbiz people are, it feels like there's this cloud of show business.
Yeah.
And you kind of talk a certain way.
There's a character you put on.
There's something there. And so I've never been able to figure out how to navigate it well, hence me not being in that space as much. But I've just been curious to ask for the last 4 years now. Have you felt the same? How have you been? And what have you been doing? There's a bunch of questions. Just start wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
But maybe start with where you've been, what you've been doing. Yeah.
It's funny. You're not the only person who doesn't know where I am. Like I'm like kind of inactive on social media in a way. Like from time to time I'll pop up when I'm like, in the mood. I'm just like, I don't like social media, and I don't like sharing my private life with people as much anymore. And so whenever I do share something, it's usually after I leave that place, wherever I am. But I'm based in LA now. I've been living there for 2 years, since 2024. I still come back to the Philippines. Like last year, it was almost every 3 months, I think. But the last time I was here since before this trip was like November. So I've just been like in LA, taking my acting classes, taking vocal lessons, working. So yeah, that's where I've been.
I just need to know, is the traffic worse here or in LA?
Oh my gosh.
It's a genuine, a lot of people have said it's worse in LA. So I'm curious.
That's not true.
Oh.
Because like when you're in traffic in LA, you're still kind of moving.
Okay.
I think the traffic is worse here, but since I've been here,
Philippines number one, guys. Philippines number one. Sorry.
Since I've been here though, like which has been 2 days, I don't know. I haven't really experienced the traffic like that. I think the most traffic I experienced so far was coming here, but it was like from Makati, 45 minutes, which is not bad, which is not crazy. In LA, like there's certain times of the day, just like Manila, when it's traffic, and outside of that window, I feel like it's pretty open.
You're chill.
Yeah. And I'm like used to the traffic here, so I'm trained for it.
Yes. Again, Philippines number one, guys. We beat the US in something. But super cool to hear. I love what you said about not being on social media as much. I feel, again, some people love it, some people live for it, some people it's their job. For me, I have the same sentiments. Angge over there posts everything. I haven't posted anything or touched social media. Sandra edits it, Serene QAs it. And so everything on the pod I don't do as much. So I'm happy. But how have you felt I'm just curious about your mental health, really. Because I'm sure from the amount again, we come from similar backgrounds a little bit, but I can only imagine what you had to like manager following up on you to post this by this time. How has your mental health improved
since like not being as active
not having to do as much as well?
So much better. Like I feel like I didn't realize how much of a showbiz person I was until I kind of took sorry.
There's always one fly or one bug in the room.
It's okay. Yeah. I'm sorry if I do that. It's because there's a little guy there.
Yeah.
Just shooing him. But yeah, ever since I stopped being as active on social media, I think like for the first time, like I can actually breathe and I have like a better perspective on the world. Like I understand now that like the world is so big and like the problems that I face or the problems that kind of like pop up on my algorithm or social media isn't like the whole world and isn't the opinion of everyone. Like before, whenever I would, I was very noisy on social media and very opinionated, and I would get kind of like in trouble for it a lot of times. And I knew that I was going to get in trouble for it, and I would still do it anyway. But when I would receive the backlash, like even though I knew it and I anticipated it, it didn't change the fact that it would still hurt and affect me. And I just felt like I was so like unliked, or I just felt like the need to be understood by everyone. And so I feel like my whole kind of teenage years and like I guess career here in the Philippines, I always like was just trying to make myself as clear to everyone as possible, which kind of ended up being very taxing on me as an individual, because I felt like I didn't know who I was. I was just building this person to be the perfect person for everyone, like everyone I would meet. And so I felt like different people saw a different version of me. Not that they were all so far off. It wasn't that either, but it was like, with my close friends, I was like super funny and outgoing and everything. With showbiz people, I was very quiet and reserved. But the one thing that was consistent was I would always say what was actually on my mind about things. And so now that I'm not like on social media, I don't care about being understood by people, and I don't care about like competing or just showing people what they want to see necessarily. And I don't freak out over every little thing. I think I was such an anxious person before, and so I would even overthink emojis.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Because like they would put meaning behind emojis, and I'm just like, no, I just thought it was cute looking.
Right.
Yeah, I don't post like I'm revealing it for the first time, but I don't post my own stuff too. I have either Sabine or like Kimmy usually posts for me.
Amazing.
Because I will overthink every single word and every punctuation mark that is on that caption.
And it's just freeing. And for me, and again, I'm not trying to put shade on anyone, but like I do genuinely get curious at times. And thank you for sharing all that. But I get curious about people who really just, oh my gosh, we gotta. You know what I mean? We got to put like they're again, love the TikTokers, God bless you, but like the ones that will set up like the magnet on the door frame, and then they're just like, let's dance this new trend. And again, it makes people happy. But eventually when you do it for work, it's like you do the happy things that people enjoy. But it's a work thing, and like I don't know, I've never shared this to anyone on camera. I'm learning what it means to like dancing. Hear me out. So show business. Sorry, I know this is. I know I'm supposed to ask you questions.
No. I'm just curious what you're gonna say.
Here's what it is.
I started feeling that too.
Okay, let's talk. Let's talk about it together. No, because I came in context. So just to recap the story, I came into show business 2016. And then as soon as we get outside of PBB, I get outside. They're like, you have to dance. And I'm like, what do you mean?
I've never
I told you guys before PBB, I don't want to dance. I don't want to sing. Yeah. But you got to do it now. And so like at that point, it's like ASAP nowadays is different. It's like a monthly cycle. Before it was every single Sunday. So
live.
it was like if you're doing a teleserie, MWF, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you're shooting. Sometimes you have stuff in between. And then Saturday you rehearse. And that's usually the day you walk in super like, I'm just, Lord. And then you rehearse, and then the Sunday you perform, and by the grace of God, you get through it or not. Like, you know what I mean? You're happy if you don't have a wardrobe malfunction. Like you're just happy you get through it. It doesn't matter if you did well. So for years. And so for context, we have something in our church called Collab X. We still do it, right? I should know. We still. So it's basically a dance community, and just people that love dancing come together. The first time we did it, like I think 100 people showed up, and Ken San Jose taught a dance, and everyone was having fun. And on the inside, I am stressed out because I was worried that he was gonna call me to do the sample in front of everyone. Long story short, I realized I've always seen dance as like it is get it right or you're embarrassed. It's not something to be enjoyed. It's something to do and execute well. Your fulfillment is if you do your job well. But I was looking around at such culture shock of people that just love. They don't care how they look. They don't care what they do. They just enjoy. And so I've had thoughts recently like, should I learn how to dance now that I'm not in show business?
Yeah.
Just because I just want to be good at something that I think is cool.
Yeah. And that you enjoy.
I don't know if I enjoy it yet. I'm still like I'm healing to that degree. But I'm trying to reframe how I look at it.
Yeah.
And like, is this something like I'm trying to find if there's someone out there that doesn't care about who I was in show business and just wants to help me learn how to dance and you're good at dancing, I don't know. Shoot Angge a DM through my account and we'll but do you get what I mean? Like it was always done as a work thing and now it's like if I have friends around in a mall and someone comes up for a picture, my first instinct is I have to protect my people, my friends. But now I still have to catch myself like, bro, you're good. It's I don't want to yung PTSD. Like but you know what I mean? You're like, oh wait, you're fine. Someone's there holding your hand like so have you had moments like that in dancing, in life? And tell us about it.
When it comes to dancing, that was something that I recently started enjoying too, because I find, honestly, like if you go to my TikTok, or maybe not. No, go to my TikTok. It's fine.
Okay.
People say that I thirst trap. I didn't know that I was thirst trapping. I just was like, oh, this is a cute video. Let me try this out. And like, I was just doing those types of videos, but I actually genuinely enjoyed it. Like, I find TikTok to be like my safe space where I could just kind of show a little bit more of my personality. I don't like ever look at the comments or anything. So, I mean, sometimes I'll like scroll through it and like a few, but like I won't like really go down it and everything. But yeah, like when I was in show business, I hated dancing, not because context, I always wanted I always wanted to be a dancer. Like when I was little, I took ballet lessons, I took tap.
Oh, cool. Wait, what was that? You took
tap dancing.
Tap dancing. So cool.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I was like 3 when that happened, 3 or 4. And that was when I was in foster care too. So I took dance lessons, and it was very short. It probably lasted like just a few months. But ever since then, I knew I wanted to dance. But ever since I was a child, like I grew up in a Filipino-American community where they would like host like parties every time Manny Pacquiao had a fight or something. And then they would make like the little kids dance and everything. And obviously like I'm half white, so I'm not like the most gifted when it comes to dancing.
I understand.
It's like not natural for me.
Yes.
But I'm also half Filipino, so there's room for improvement.
There's hope. There's hope.
Yeah. There's potential. So what you call it? Like whenever I would dance with these kids, they would always not like seriously bully me, but they would tease me that I wasn't as good of a dancer. And so I had this like complex where I was like, oh, I'm not a good dancer, so that just isn't for me. And then come show business, before I was even like launched, I would always like, we were always like put in different classes, acting, singing, dancing. And dancing was the worst for me because I was just such a shy person. Yeah. So I hated taking up space. That's what I realized about it. Like, I just didn't want to be big because I felt like I was burdening people, even though, like, I was literally asked to dance. And then, as showbiz progressed and I started, like, doing ASAP regularly and they asked me to do prods and stuff, people would always say, oh, buti na lang maganda ka because you're really not a dancer. They would say things like that. And, like, looking back at it, I thought they were being mean, but now I realize they weren't being mean. It's just like the way people are. Like for them, they weren't intentionally trying to hurt my feelings, but they didn't understand that like I brought that with me forever. Like they were like, you're not a singer, you're not a dancer, you're an actress. And so I always told myself, oh, I'm only an actress. Like, I shouldn't take these dance lessons or singing lessons seriously. But I've always enjoyed dancing. Like, I don't know if I ever shared it when I was still like active in the Philippines, but I would regularly take dance lessons, and I would do it with my friends.
Yeah.
And like, it wasn't something that I shared with people. It's just like, I genuinely enjoyed it. And so now that I'm like not part of showbiz, I genuinely enjoy dancing, like dancing to TikTok,
awesome.
or like when there's like K-pop songs that I really like, I try to learn the dance myself. Like, I'll study the video for hours and then I'll like practice the dance on my own. And now I'm also singing. And I always told myself, oh, I'm not a singer because hindi ko kayang bumirit, or like whatever.
Which is culturally very...
Yeah, which is like the defining characteristic of what like a singer is, I think, here in the Philippines. Obviously, there's like different styles of singing, but like I always associated singing with like Ate Morissette or like all these divas. And I'm not saying that they're obviously like legends and everything, but I couldn't do that. So I always was like, oh, I must not be a singer then. But now that I'm in LA, like I was asked out of nowhere by a label to start doing music. And I honestly turned them down a few times. I was like, I'm not a singer, I'm an actress. And they were like, but you have like, your voice has such a great tone to it.
Nice.
And they were like, can you just try? They were the ones convincing me. And so for the past year, I've been like really putting in the work and doing vocal lessons, recording like 3-4 times a week.
Wow. Nice.
And now I enjoy all these things that I used to dread, because I was like, why are you making me do things that I'm not? And then everyone's just going to criticize me for being bad. When in reality, people don't know. I only rehearsed this song for like 30 minutes.
Yes. That's... Surprise!
There was no time. There was no time to like perfect a dance.
I wanted to ask, how is it different? I know this is such a tangent but how is it different there? Because I feel like, at least for me, I have a picture of LA, and I look to the side a lot because I imagine stuff. But and it's like I was imagining it's fast paced and stuff like that.
No,
but then again, Manila is also super, like at least the lifestyle that you used to live is very fast paced. You're segueing, you're sleeping in a car.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you get a shower sometimes.
Yeah. Like when you said taping was Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I was like, in what world? I was taping Monday to Friday.
Oh. Was that multiple
Saturday.
series or
just one? I would never do 2 projects at a time. I did it on my first lead role. I did Forevermore and Just the Way You Are at the same time. And I told myself after that, never again, because you start sacrificing the work just to be able to do multiple things at once.
Wait, so you're doing Monday to Friday the same show?
Yeah, the same show.
Would you go home, or is it lock in? Or?
It depends on the location. Like if the location was within like Metro Manila, then I would go home. But if it was like Rizal, Taytay and stuff like that, they'd usually get us like a motel room.
Okay, I'm just mind blown. No, because I've never said it publicly, but teleseries is actually something that, again, there are people for it, there are people that love it, and there are people who love watching it. So great. For me, not my thing. That was one of my biggest fears of like
doing a teleserie.
Yeah.
Really?
So I had a director. I relate to a lot of things that you're saying. So I feel, I'm not the only one. Like so, like when you put the video a couple years back, was it?
Which video?
Where you shared about your story in show business.
And my YouTube video.
Yes, when I watched it, I was like, is anyone like, I'm not crazy. Like I hope, and I don't know others because I haven't like talked about it. But I was like, I hope I'm not the only one who feels like a little bit validated. And so
you were like one of 2 people that reached out to me when I put that video out to like tell me that like you felt seen. I felt like everyone felt seen because no one really likes to talk about it, but no one used to like to talk about it. But then ever since I talked about it, everyone started talking about it. So I feel like validated in that sense because I'm like, maybe I like allowed other people to feel free to like, you know, just express themselves and express their discontent with the way that things, and just because you're discontent with the way things are ran or operated doesn't mean that you hate people. Like you should be able to like criticize people so that things get better without like other people taking offense towards it, because at the end of the day we all just want to grow and do good work.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of forgot what my train of thought was.
I'm
but
so
I'm just,
sorry. Did I cut you
not
off?
at all, not at all. I have a habit of doing this, and so my team just like, here we go.
No,
again.
let me know if I cut you off.
No. There's gonna be some guy in the comment was like, he forgot again, and so that's why I don't read the comment. No, I do read the comments. But it's cool. It's cool because I think a lot of people, like if I've heard anything right from your story, kind of as I listen to it, I'm hearing about how you, and when I say you indirectly, I'm saying me too, because I relate. There's a lot of moments where, with just how fast, and there's no one to blame. It's just how the thing is, like how the thing goes, how the cookie crumbles. Is that the way? Is that the phrase? Yeah. It's just so fast paced that you don't always get the time to actually think, how am I doing in all this? How am I feeling in all this? And then like everyone sees the success of it, and they're like, oh, you have so many blessings, and you get to the point where you're like, I don't know if I'm okay.
Yeah.
and so I don't know if you've had those days of like when you get home after like 6 days shoot of doing work, and you're like, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like since you've kind of gotten out of it, you've discovered a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I feel like because my life was so fast paced when I was in the thick of it, it's like I didn't even have those days that you were just referring to where like after a 6-day shoot, I come home and I'm like, do I even enjoy this? I didn't have that thought until 2019 when I had my surgery for my finger. And I was like kind of out of showbiz for like more than half a year because I was in LA. I got surgery in LA and everything. And it was the first time that I was like, wow, there was a lot of things that I thought was normal that shouldn't have been normalized. And a lot of things that, I should have spoken up about or expressed, my disappointment in that I didn't. But like, I didn't know any better because, I was like, I learned.
How old were you at the time? If I
in 2019?
Yeah.
How old was I?
22?
21?
21, okay. 21.
Was I 21? Yeah. Don't come
Something
after
like
me
that.
if I don't remember my age. They're always like, you're lying. You were 22.
Yeah. Basta early 20s. There you go. So, which is still, like, I just found out a guy's brain isn't fully developed until 25. I just turned 25 last year. And I felt like clarity just came.
I mean, for some
like,
guys,
I was like, for
even
some guys,
past 30, like,
no, we're good. We're good, boys. We're good. They're growing. We're growing. I'm growing. But you know what I mean. And so in a space like that, again, it's just the time to process, right? And so I just want to know if you've felt another thing. This is basically counseling for me. This is not your. I know it's your interview, but there's something I felt where I hit 19 and I emotionally still felt like I was 16.
Oh, yeah. I felt that when I was 21, like when that whole crisis happened to me, because I was like, well, it wasn't a crisis. I was in the middle of surgery for my finger. But because it was the first time since I actually started working when I was 12 that I got like a long break, I was able to finally process things. Wait, I just wanted to mention there's a song that like whenever I hear that like I feel like it's the story of my life. It's Easy on Me by Adele. Do you know that song? Take it easy on me. I was still a child. I didn't get the chance to feel.
Okay.
Like literally as a kid, I didn't get the chance to process, feel anything. I was just like running, working, just trying to stay afloat, trying to keep up with everything that everybody expected of me. And so I never even got to like figure out what I liked, what I didn't like, what my principles were, what my values were as a person, because I was like growing up in front of millions of people who had certain expectations of me. And then even in my close circle, there was also expectations of me, and I was just trying to live up to everything. And at like when I hit 21, that's when when I hit 21 in 2019, I hope I was 21 in 2019 because I keep on saying that. But I was like, wow, so much time has passed. I don't know who I am. I still feel like I'm 15, but I'm 21. I'm an adult. I'm like, should I be not living with my parents anymore? Like, should I not be baby talking anymore? Like, there were all these thoughts that suddenly came to my mind. And I was in LA for my surgery, and I was like seeing all these people that were my age that just like I would have conversations with them. And every time I would be like, oh, I'm scared to do this, scared to do that, they'd be like, girl, how old are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm 21. And end up like finding out that I was actually a little bit older than them, I'd be like, I kind of felt kind of embarrassed almost that I still was thinking like a kid. But ever since like I had that realization, I think I really worked hard to become more independent and just be more mature about things. I mean, it's still a work in progress. I'm still 100%. Working on that.
No, I hope, and I genuinely hope we had an interview with Blythe.
And I watched it.
And, great, awesome. No, but I was proud. Personally, I was proud of that interview because I know her. No one's perfect.
Yeah.
None of us are. And if you think you are, teach us, because I'm just being honest. But I love it because I feel like she's one of many people who are just very misunderstood. And is it okay? I think you're one of the people that I'm like, if you just took a moment, like just think about it. And again, like one of the, and it comes with the industry. And again, I hope no one hears this as we're blaming people in the industry. We're blaming, it's just the way things are. And so
I mean, it's even like this in America too.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Another question from there, but I'll stick on this thought. But of like, again, if you got the context, if you understood, if you knew the journey, like it's not just when artists will say like we're just like you, it's very literally just that. So if you're figuring out who you are, same goes. So I hope I hope people get a little more context of that, because if you don't have time to actually think about how you're feeling for like 9 years is what you're saying, there's stuff that you eventually want to discover. And so I am just I'm celebrating from afar the fact that you're in the US and that you're doing all the great stuff that you're doing now. But this is a weird question. I actually want to ask, what's something that you do like and what's something that you don't like? Because you were talking about like have you been able to figure out a couple of stuff? You said you did like dancing. Yeah. I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there something?
No, that's a great question. Yeah. I'm just like, I don't let me search for the answers.
Like, it can just be the little stuff. Like I've learned recently, I like collecting hardcover books, because I like the sound it makes when you tap the hardcover book.
Yeah.
I'm a little weird. I'm a little nerdish. I like collecting stuff, little trinkets and tokens. Yeah, I like keychains. But stuff that I realize. Okay. I'm trying to give you more time to think, but I realized I actually don't like expensive branded stuff, but I do like stuff that no one else can get. So if I like, I would rather take a pair of shoes, like Air Force Ones that have been painted.
Oh, okay.
Rather than a super expensive version of pair of shoes. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
What about you?
I'm gonna copy you here. I discovered I don't like a lot of designer brands. Okay. Like I'm not actually that into designer stuff. I like good quality stuff. Okay. Great. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be designer. I do love Chanel. I mean, I've always known that I love Chanel, but like because there were so many brands that would come up and I would see like in the ASAP dressing room, I would always be quick to be like, oh, let me look into this brand. Let me look into this brand, because that's how I discovered like luxury designer brands, through other people that I would see in the dressing room. Like I remember at the Kim and at the Maha would always come in with like 40 shoes.
40 shoes?
Yes, I was going to say 40 freaking shoes, but 40 shoes.
Okay.
And I would be like, wow, what's this brand? I've never heard of this brand before. And then I'd look in. I wouldn't get the same exact thing. Sometimes we would end up having the same thing. It's not like I was trying to copy them, but like they would put me onto brands. And I just felt the need or the pressure to like collect all these shoes all of a sudden, because for ASAP we style ourselves, not style ourselves, but we have to have like certain things to like keep up with the other artists. I recently actually sold all my designer shoes and bags because I was like, I don't need all these things. I don't even actually enjoy it. Like it's just taking up space in my closet. Another thing that I really like, that I really want to mention because I really love it so much and I'm obsessed right now, is anime.
Anime. Oh yes. Okay. Yes,
I'm like an anime like geek right now.
Okay. What animes are you on?
So
I might not know all of them.
I'm going to just sound like a clout chaser at this point because they're like the biggest animes in the world, but you know, you like what you like. Yeah. Demon Slayer was my first that like really put me back on, because I watched anime as a child. I stopped because like when I was in school, it wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And like K-pop too.
Everyone on the team relates, by the way, at the moment.
Yeah, like I remember in school, anime wasn't cool. I was seen as like a weird like alt kid because I liked anime. Me and my like group of friends liked anime. And so I stopped liking it. Same thing with K-pop. Like I liked it when I was like in school, and then when I joined showbiz, people would tease me for liking K-pop when I was really, really new. Like I loved 21 and like Girls' Generation and all that.
Was this before, and please K-pop fans, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No.
Is this before K-pop really became the thing?
Yes.
Okay. I was about to say before K-pop became cool, and then people are going, oh, it was always cool. But sorry.
No, that's
yes,
like second gen K-pop, but the K-pop that everyone else is more, bless you.
Sorry.
is more familiar with.
Right.
It's like third gen and fourth gen, which is like BTS, Blackpink, and everything. Right. But yeah, like those are anyway. Where was I going with this?
You love
anime.
anime.
Back to anime. So yeah, I love Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm currently watching Attack on Titan. I watched Sword Art Online.
Okay,
I watched Spy X Family. Is so cute. It's so cute. It's just like an optimistic show. It's like what I put on before I sleep because it's just about
Does it feel good?
a little girl who has these like parents all of a sudden, and she can read minds, and one's like an assassin, the other one is like a spy, and she can read their minds and she knows that they're an assassin and spy, but they don't know. And then it's just like feel good. Everyone's just happy and everyone wants to love on each other.
Awesome.
But anime is great because what I think that they do very well is like they're able to talk about like societal issues without like it being boring. I think it's important to talk about societal issues, but nobody wants to hear it.
Right.
Nobody wants like a doomsday video.
It's like the news. You know, it's important, but you don't really want to watch it because it's kind of depressing at times.
Exactly. So I feel like what anime does well is they talk about these things that really make you reflect on life, but it's like so entertaining that you kind of get lost in it. You get the message, but you don't feel like you're being preached to.
Yeah.
Not that being preached to is a bad thing.
But sorry. Okay. Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. That's
awesome. Cool. No. What I love about all this is we're seeing you, who you are, what you like, and I usually.
Oh, can I say what I don't like?
Yes, go.
Sorry, I just remembered you asked me that. I don't like streetwear. I thought I liked streetwear because of my ex, but I don't like streetwear.
I want to take off my.
No. I don't like it on me.
Okay.
I don't mind it on other people. Like you look cool. I used to like wear like, I don't know.
Loose.
Like all these designer clothes that were like loose and baggy, and I was like, yeah, I'm cool. But like I never felt like me because I'm actually like very demure.
Very. That's awesome. This is really cool. And again, I love it. And I mean this in the best way.
Yeah.